just shows na kahit mahal mo yung isang tao, kung ayaw magbago, hindi magbabago yan. So, if you're trying to use your love to change a person, and I'm sorry to break it to you, but it will not happen. Kahit ganong pakamahal yan. Bam! Welcome to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I'm your host for this podcast. And before we actually start with the podcast, I'd like to ask first a favor. If you guys are listening sa Spotify, then I ask that you please click that subscribe button or follow button, hindi ko sure eh. So you can be updated with my latest posts. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please, I am begging you to please go on and give this podcast a rating and review. It only takes about 5 minutes to do so. So it'll be a huge boost for this podcast so it can grow and reach more and more people para mas lumawak naman yung awareness na nadadala nitong podcast ito. So if you're listening to Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and review. I will be very, very grateful about it. So please do that. And it only takes about 5 minutes for you, so wala namang hassle doon. I'm going to read here kung ano yung mga sinusulat nyo doon para naman bumabalik yung feedback and marinig nyo yung feedback sa akin. So here's the review that I got. It's my first ever review and very excited to share this. This is the first local podcast that I listened to, and I hit subscribe button even before I finished the first episode. So excited to tune in, and I walk away feeling educated and inspired. Thank you, Alec. That's from Hazel, or at wherever Savvy. It's educational, entertaining, and inspiring. And just those few little words, it will really mean a lot for me and for this podcast if you do those kinds of stuff. So, Hazel, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. And yeah, please give me a rating and a review. I'll very much appreciate it. Yun lang. Today's episode, we are going to talk about some of the toxic beliefs about love and relationships. Now, these are the common misconceptions that hurt people who are in love or in a relationship in the long run. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I am seeing a lot of people around me who are, madly in love, and their judgments are clouded. And I want to share some of the learnings that I personally gained throughout the almost 10 years relationship that I have. Now, I want to share these misconceptions para ma-debunk naman natin, para maiwasan natin to pag kayo naman yung nakaranas ng ganito. And disclaimer lang, I'm not saying this to encourage you to break up with your partner or to stay away from your loved ones, but I'm doing this to hopefully make you look at your current state and try to look at it from another perspective. Because I really believe that when we only acknowledge that there is something wrong, can we actually improve the status that we are in. So first, we gotta be aware of what kind of toxic beliefs are present in our relationship or in our mindsets, diba? Now, this podcast episode will not spare you from the pain you may experience, but hopefully, this podcast can help you see that what you can do, what you could do, to help you yourself navigate through the experiences that you will encounter. Now, let's head on to the 5 toxic beliefs about love. Number 1, love is easy when you're with the right person. Sa taong para sa'yo, madali na lang lahat. Sobrang dali ng relasyon, ng pagmamahalan kapag siya na talaga. If you ever heard that kind of sentence, then it's okay, it's completely normal. I used to say that too. Now, people who believe in that are either from a traumatic ex or just 1 month into their relationship. Because reality check, real love is work. To the people who are saying na madali lang magmahal, it's a fairy tale. Hindi yan totoo. Hindi yan nangyayari sa totoong buhay. And matagal ko na to sinasabi, if you're not ready to go through the hardships, the hard times para sa mahal mo, then you're not ready to fall in love or to be in a relationship. If iniisip mo na puro pasarap ang pagmamahalan, puro pasarap ang relasyon, then you're not ready. Because real love is work. It has always been work and it will always be work. But it's meaningful work naman. It's something that you will be willing to work hard for. It's hard work, but it's worth it. I said that on one of my videos. Diba? Kasi reality check, kahit prinsipe pa yan, or businessman, or doctor, engineer, lawyer, kahit ano pa, kahit sino pa yung mahal mo, it will require work. Work that requires compromise, adaptability, consistency, planning, and executing. Those are the things nakasama ng work. So if you're not ready to put in the time and energy and effort to do the work that you have to do to prolong the relationship that you have, the love that you have, then you might as well give it up, or you might as well, reassess what you're feeling right now. You might be infatuated lang. You might be infatuated lang, not really love. Kasi real love is work. Yun lang. Real love is work. Next belief, number 2, is jealousy proves that you love the person. This is something that is very, very weird to me. Again, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Everybody has felt jealousy in one point in their life, in one way or another. And that includes me. I have been jealous way more than I should have. But what I find weird is that people say that they're jealous because they love that person. It's like jealousy is something or some way to express their love. Okay, another reality check. Jealousy is not cute. It's very, very, very demeaning. It displays a lack of trust in the other person, and if you really try to put it into perspective, jealousy is a reflection of your insecurity. It typically shows that you have a low self-esteem. Now, okay, you might say, what do you want me to do? I feel jealous. I can't help it. Di ko naman pwedeng tanggalin lang. Kung kaya ko naman tanggalin, sana hindi nila ako nagsiselos eh. I know, I understand. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel jealous. It's completely normal to feel jealous. What I am saying is that you need to understand why you are jealous. You need to see that you have problems, that there are problems that are beneath that jealousy feeling. And as with all the problems, you gotta find the root of the problem and deal with that first. So if you're jealous, or if your partner is jealous, that means he or she is insecure. Now, you gotta deal with that insecurity first, because even if you fight off the jealousy right now, the insecurity will again show on and haunt you in the future. So once you feel that you feel jealous, you need to find a way to fight that insecurity, to beat that insecurity away. And then the jealousy will again show off. Yun lang, ang weird lang talaga ng mga taong nagsasabi na, mahal ko kaya nagsiselos ako Magulat ka, pag di ako nagsiselos, di ko na mahal yan. No, that's not true. I know a lot of people that are in long-term relationships, and jealousy is something that can be avoided. When you go longer and deeper into relationship, you understand that jealousy is unnecessary drama. So you gotta cut that shit off. Bam. That's the number 2. Jealousy is not a form of love. Okay, number 3. The third toxic belief about love is, as long as you love each other, you can make the relationship work. And I had to learn most of these lessons the hard way. And I remember a time when my girlfriend right now asked for a breakup. It was back in 2017, and I knew she loved me, and I knew I loved her. So I kept on insisting that we try and fix a relationship. Kasi we love each other, right? Isn't that enough? Mahal naman namin isa't isa. Mahal niya ako, mahal ko siya. E di ayusin namin. Well, truth is, it wasn't enough. Love is a straight starting point. But if you want to make it last, it needs to evolve. It needs to be partnered with different other variables such as compromise and adaptability, consistency, yung mga sinabi ko nga. And it needs to be capable of letting you and your partner grow both individually and together. Because, kahit mahal mo yung isang tao, yung pagmamahal na yan, it can be toxic. It can be corrupted and it can be toxic. And hindi natin napapansin na yung pagmamahal pala na alam natin, yung pagmamahal na selfish, na nakafocus sa kung anong nararamdaman natin. In reality, love is supposed to give, not to receive. Diba? Yun naman tinuturo sa atin na pagmahal mo, magbibigay ka. No? So, ayun, naisip ko noon na pagmahal mo, eventually mag-workout yan. And as you grow older kasi, your principles and your values changes. And the way that you view love needs to change also. So, if your love is not evolving, is not adapting, then love will never be enough. Love can be enough if it fits to your evolving needs. If it also evolves as you grow older, as you grow mature. And this kind of thinking na if you love each other, then you can make it work. It's very toxic and it's very weird, and it's just not true. Yun lang yan. Okay, now let's head on to the number 4. Number 4, toxic belief. The number 4 toxic belief is the right person will know how to love you. Now, raise your hand if you ever experienced that your partner is mad and you don't know why. And then he or she will get more mad, more pissed, because you don't know why you made her mad in the first place. So it becomes chaotic. It becomes more problematic. That's one of the one of the most toxic trait that I've experienced in the early stages of my relationship. And as you grow older, as you grow more mature, you understand that people are complicated. Men and women's brains aren't exactly equal in wavelength. Different people have different needs. You'll be able to understand that. And if you believe that a person can intuit it and can instantly know and if you believe that a person can instantly know you just because they love you, then you're not ready to be in a relationship. No one will show up at your door with a bouquet full of flowers and chocolates and will say exactly what you needed to hear. It happens in movies, it happens sometimes, but it doesn't happen in real life. So, what do you do now? Okay, what do you want me to do pala? And the way to counter all of this stuff is through communication. The number 1 pillar of relationships, communication. You need to have, or to properly communicate with your partner, you need to properly communicate your love to your partner, or to whoever that love, to your partner. Yeah. Communication is key in relationships. We might not be able to read minds, but we are able to comprehend words and be logical with our reasonings. So if we tell our partner how we truly feel, we might be able to find a way to still get that bouquet and chocolate, But if you're expecting without explaining, you're going to have a hard time in your love life. Again, if you are expecting without explaining, then you're going to have a hard time in your love life. That's the 4th toxic belief. Yan yung isa rin sa mga weird yan na okay. Di ba merong mga ibang tao na sinasabi na, yung boyfriend ko ngayon alam na kung anong gagawin, unlike my ex na hindi alam kung anong gagawin. While that can be true at some point, but it's not, it won't last. Yung mga ganyang sweet and unique and exciting stuff, that fades away. But it can be something that you will have pero na-extend yan, and the only way to extend it is to openly communicating your expectations dun sa tao. And the more you express yourself, the more na magkakaintindihan kayo, the more na ma-meet nyo yung expectation ng isa't isa. That's just it. So communication is key. In every relationship that you have, communication is key. That's the fourth one. Now let's head on to the fifth and final toxic belief about love. Love, ito yung pinaniniwalaan ng ibang tao, and it really triggers me then. You can save one another through love. Now, this is a toxic belief because love can only do so much. You can only help people that wants to be helped. Or, moreover, you can only help people that wants to help themselves. But even with that being said, you can only do so much. Love can only do so much. Of course, love can inspire people to change. Love can, love is a magical force that can do a lot of things, but it cannot be enforced. You cannot enforce changing you cannot forcefully change someone with your love. And I've read a quote din naman na it really is something to think about. You don't need someone who will change you. You just need someone beside you as you go and change yourself. And if you're looking for love that will change you, or if you're trying to give love away to change a person, it just won't work like that. Especially if that person is physically ill or mentally ill. Merong depression, merong addiction. Love cannot be substituted from professional help. You cannot rely for love to save you or to save those people. No amount of love, kahit gaano mong pakamahal ang tao, there are some things that love cannot save. And the earlier we understand that, the earlier we can try to navigate the red flags, to see the red flags, to navigate the toxic behaviors of the people around us. For example, sa akin, there was a time that I was really depressed, and it was one of the darkest times of my life. And a lot of people loved me. They showed love and affection, but their love didn't help me. The only time that I was able to help myself and to be able to heal myself was when I wanted to. Was when I made the decision that I will get better. Just shows na kahit mahal mo yung isang tao, kung ayaw magbago, hindi magbabago yan. So, if you're trying to use your love to change a person, and I'm sorry to break it to you, but it will not happen. Kahit ganong pakamahal yan. Bam. Now, that's the fifth toxic belief about love and relationship. Now, these are just some toxic beliefs that initially came to my head when I think about the topic, when I wanted to talk about the topic. Ito yung mga instant na pumasok agad sa isip ko. It does not cover all the toxic beliefs about love, and this surely does not cover everything that needs to be said and done pagdating sa love and relationship. So if you have any more questions, if you have any more suggestions or clarifications, you can tweet me at Ginoong Alec, or send me a DM at Small Talk Podcasts, and I'll be able to answer them or even talk about it here on the podcast. But I will end the podcast right here. I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you guys agreed on some points. Now, if you disagree on some of the things that I've said, then that's fine. But if you agree with any of the things that I've said, then apply that in your life, and hopefully it can make a change in your love life, in your life in general, and hopefully it can make your life better. And that's all I'm asking for. Again, thank you so much. I'm going to end the podcast right here. Thank you so much for listening. Do not forget to leave this podcast with a rating and review. And make sure to share this on your social media platforms para na mas maraming makarinig nitong podcast na ito. Again, thank you so much for listening. This is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. And I hope you learned something today. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Yes, I will upload something next week. Kaya abangan nyo yan. Peace out. Have a great day. Have a great week ahead of you. Peace.